Okay, here's a quick video on how to use this little two-part jig I designed for splicing filament. The two parts have a little groove with a tapered section here where the one filament will go in either end, and then we'll melt the two ends and then shove them down into the tapered section over here. The two halves just fit together like so. First, on both your ends of the filament, make sure that the ends are cut completely square and that the filament is straight. One piece of filament there. The other piece of filament. And when you shove these together, you want to make sure that the two ends butt exactly together. So you've got a nice, they press very cleanly together. So we'll sit like this. Now I've got my soldering iron in a small vise here. So what I'm going to do is, this is very quickly, going to heat the both ends simultaneously on either side end of the soldering iron and then shove the two together. So I'll just go ahead and do this. And it looks just like that. So now you're probably thinking, okay, this is a 3D printed PLA piece, and I've just melted two pieces of PLA, and I must have just welded the entire structure together. It turns out I'm just holding this while it cools. It turns out that the amount of heat that it takes to actually melt the filament in the get it started melting in the jig is fairly high, and so actually nothing's melted together at all. And now if you look carefully, let's see if we can get this at focus. You look at this weld here, and the red filament is just plunged completely, the soldering out of the way, has plunged completely into the green filament. And when we're done, the weld looks like this, pretty seamless, and that should flow nicely. And you can tell it's sufficiently strong for being tugged through the extruder. It's not going to be nearly as strong as either individual strand of filament, but it's enough to make sure that your filament is joined to go through the extrusion process.